a beautiful day, and just a great crowd, and thrilled to be able to come away with a victory like that for the homecoming crowd. And proud of our boys, proud of the way they responded after playing the last two, and couple tough losses, and really challenged them to attack this week the right way, and I thought they did. And it was, not just the guys that you saw playing out there, but the guys that are on the scout team, guys like Matt Sanella and Jared Jones, and guys like that on defense and on offense. Kelvin Hopkins and guys like Noah Utley on the scout team. They're working their butts off, and I think they really made a difference this week. Our whole team, I thought, invested like we needed to, especially on Wednesday and Thursday. And I was pleased with the way we started the game and the way we finished the game. I thought we did a good job in the second half. We didn't score as many points in the second half as we did in the first, but I thought our guys played a complete half of football, and felt like maybe we took our foot off the gas a little bit at the end of the first half, and in all phases, in letting that drive go on defense, having to punt or send the punt team out there, and then just screwing up that punt play. I was disappointed with the way we handled the back end of the first half, but to their credit, they took the butt chewing from me at halftime over it, and he came out and responded, did a good job. So we're happy to get a win.
All right, John, go ahead in the back.
Coach, obviously you're always leaning on the offense, the run game in particularly. Did you have the success like you did today on the ground? Is that something you expected coming in just through practices this week?
No, I don't know if we expect it. That's our expectation, that we're going to be able to run the ball effectively. And if we can't run the ball effectively, we're not going to do much on offense. And all you got to do is look at last week at Duke and how poorly we executed on offense. And we had 6 points. So we got to be able to run the ball, and we certainly were able to do that today. I thought our guys did a good job blocking. Did a good job blocking on the perimeter. The ball got pitched a lot, got out there on the edge quite a bit. So I thought those guys did a nice job.
What aspect of this game can you carry over into next week, if anything, and try to build that momentum up yet again?
I think winning helps, and winning gives you confidence to win again. And I hope it'll do that for us next week. And we're going to play a really good opponent next week. North Texas is a much improved football team over a year ago. I think people look at records, it's not the same football team. Those guys are playing good football, and they're gonna present a lot of challenges for us from a physical standpoint. And I don't have any idea scheme-wise. I haven't looked at them yet. I don't do that. I don't work ahead. Try to focus on the team we're playing. So we'll get into that this evening and tomorrow, and get ready for North Texas.
I remember one aspect of this team you really felt confident in was the depth that you had on the roster coming into the season. And you're starting to kind of see that with Edgar going down, Christian steps up, Andy's going down, and you have Cole step up today, and guys in the defensive end too, like you said in your opening statement. What's that mean? How important is that to this team to have guys that are going to fill the roles no matter who they are?
Well, we got depth in some positions. There's others where the depth isn't as good as we'd like for it to be. There's a lot of guys that have played this year throughout the year that I think have stepped in there. Maybe hasn't been as noticeable, but I think we got a lot of guys that have stepped in and done a good job. The one thing they're all doing is playing really hard. They're giving a great effort, and some are better than others. There's guys that start, and they start for a reason. We feel like they're at the top of the depth chart, but those guys behind them are working really hard and pushing those guys in front of them, and I think that helps them improve and helps the starters continue to improve. And I think our guys enjoy seeing other guys go in the game and make a play. I don't think there's anything selfish about it. Everybody wants to start and everybody wants to play, but they enjoy seeing each other have success out there too. So we got a lot of kids in the game today. It's nice in a game like that when the score starts to kind of get stretched in favor of us. We can get a lot of guys in. We were able to do that, and I was really excited to see some of those young guys and even some of the older guys that don't get to play as much get in the game.
And during the week, you talked about the benefits of playing at home, off the field, so being well rested, being able to stay in your own home. What benefits does playing at home bring during the game?
Just the crowd, the core cadets, the familiarity with the surroundings, and there's just something comforting, I think, about playing at home, playing in front of your own crowd, and it's playing at home. Our guys get to sleep in the same bed that they sleep in every night of the week, and we won't be arriving back here at Stewart Airport at 5:30 in the morning, and going on 2 hours of sleep, and hopefully get some good rest. I think that's something that a home game does for the next week. So hopefully that'll benefit us too.
Thanks, Jeff.
Thank you.
Coach, you were saying during the week that MadBradshaw, you were very pleased with his play. Certainly played well today. Ran for a touchdown, pitched to Jordan Asbury for a touchdown, threw for a touchdown. How did you feel he's developing? Is this one of his best performances?
He's played really hard this year. Played particularly well in certain situations at certain times. I think he's done a great job leading our team and leading our offense. And certainly there's some things that we've been conscious of throughout the year that we say we need you to improve in this area or do this better. There'll be things today that we look at too, but plays with a lot of poise. He doesn't get rattled very much, and I think that's that's the kind of guy you need as your quarterback. And so I think he's done a really good job, and I'm glad he's our quarterback.
Coach, certainly Lafayette came out passing the ball, and it was kind of a test for your defense pass coverage. Marcus Hyatt and Ryan England seem to be making plays all day. How did you feel the defense reacted to the passing game today?
We anticipated they were going to throw the ball, and I think Jay and the defensive staff had a really good plan, and thought our scouts did a nice job all week. We're a running team by nature, and our scout team in games like this, they got to throw the ball a lot and pass protected in practice, and I thought they did a nice job simulating the Lafayette offense, and our guys made some plays when the ball was in the air, and credit Lafayette, they hit some plays too. They made some nice throws and catches, and with guys on them, they were contested, and they did a good job too. We got to them a couple of times, made them hurry for some throws. I think the most important thing was we did a good job stopping the run, and when you stop the run and force them to be one-dimensional, makes it a lot easier to play defense.
We talked a little bit with Ahmad and Cole about the running and the big holes that we saw that were opening up by the offensive line. Tell us about how you felt the offensive line was producing all those holes and yardage today.
I think those guys felt probably like we challenged them a little bit because of last week, and I thought they responded well. I thought our guys played hard and made some good blocks and stayed on blocks, sustained them so we could get the ball to the next level. And that was encouraging. So I hope it'll last.
Coach, was keeping Andy Davidson out a precautionary measure, or?
I don't know how hurt he is. By the time we got to halftime, where we could really say, hey, what needs to be done with him, we felt like we had the game in hand enough that we didn't need to play him. So we'll get a better idea. He'll get looked at by the physicians. Likely he's getting that done right now, and we'll have a better idea. I hope that he can play and he's healthy. And certainly losing him with Darnell already out, you'd like to have all those guys back because I think they're a good group of running backs. And certainly Andy's the starter and Darnell's the backup. So Cole's really our third string guy, but I thought he handled the work today really well, ran hard, and the guys up front did a nice job blocking for him.
Can you talk the passing success today? 3 touchdown passes, the 1 pass from Carter to Asbury. I know you guys work a lot on your passing during practice. Coming through for you today.
We felt like we were going to be able to hit some play action passes, and when you run the ball as much as we do, it's only natural that they're going to get as many people involved in the run game as possible. But that then at times leaves opportunities for you to get behind the second, third level defenders, and we were able to do that a couple of times. We took a couple shots with the wideouts on streak routes and underthrew them. I think maybe a couple of times, just maybe not right on the money. But Christian went over the top of that guy. I thought he was going to come down with that one. That's one you kind of see Edgar make a lot. And so Ahmad's doing a really good job of working to improve as a passer. And he's a really strong runner inside. He's tough to bring down when you're tackling his legs, and we value that a lot in a runner. But it's he's not going to be Dan Marino throwing the ball when he's running an option offense, and we know that. But I think he throws it good enough, and he certainly put the ball on the money a couple times a day when it counted.
I know earlier in the week you said you hated punting. You definitely called up for a punt at the end of this first half.
Yeah, I did, and God bless Nick. It's a rugby punt, and in a short yardage situation, if the whole edge gets knocked down, you can run it. I mean, but we're not. It's not a run first option. We used the rugby punt for the first time last week against Duke, and we practiced it. We've been practicing for 3 years, but used it for the first time with the weather. And today it was just, I thought, the right situation. There's 54 seconds or something like that left in the half, and I didn't want to punt it up there and give the guy a chance to get a really good return. Just kick it on the ground. I thought if we kicked it on the ground, then that ball rolls and more times ticking off the clock before we have to down it. And real smart on my part to try to be strategic. He's just trying to do what he's told, and the outside guy went really wide. And as soon as he did that, I thought surely he punt the ball, because that's what we tell him. When those guys get out there, you got to get rid of the ball. We're not paying him to be a running back, but I think he started to run the ball, then he pulled up the punt, and then I don't know if he felt like he couldn't punt it again or what. You to crawl in Nick's head right now and figure out what really happened. I don't know, but he's a great kid, and he feels terrible that he did it, and not as bad as I feel, but he feels bad that he did it, and he's a good kid. Well, I'm sure he probably won't do that again.